Let's open some windows. Hello. I'm not expecting anybody to come on today because I think everyone's back at school. So I will probably pre-record these videos in the future and just put little bits of information, techniques, drills that's going to help the little dragons. Just turn off the light. It's going to help the little dragons get better at their techniques. I might even do a separate little dragons page, maybe an online course to help them with their balancing and getting good at their techniques. Little tips that we can give you. So today we're going to look at our 3 golden rules, which are, we should all know by now: stand tall, breathe deep, and focus your mind. Okay, and they're really important, and not just for doing really good kung fu, but for bringing into your everyday life. Because quite often we're not aware or we're not sure what we're doing half the time ourselves, because we're doing stuff, we're concentrating on other things. When you learn to breathe deep, stand tall and focus, it helps you really be better at thinking and better at doing things. Okay? The focusing is a main one really, because of standing tall and breathing deep will help you focusing as well. So they all link together. Okay, but the first thing that we do when we do little dragons classes, after the warm up, is we often do balancing and things like that. And the balancing is really good for, the 3 walls are really good for getting the balancing really good as well. Okay, because when we're kicking, most of the time when we kick, we're not thinking about the balancing, are we? We're thinking about the kicking ourselves. Okay, if you think about them 3 walls, when you stand tall or when you balance on one leg, okay, most of the time when I'm going backwards and forwards, or when I'm watching you guys in the class, see, like now, my head's come off my shoulders, not really off my shoulders, but it's come forward, and that's caused my balancing to go wrong. Okay, so what we're looking at today is putting the 3 walls into place every time we want to kick. Then for a start, let's start with the kicking side of things, the balancing. Okay, right, so I'm trusting you a little bit warm today, okay, because I'm not going to go into the warm-up. These are like little 10 minutes mini classes just to help you with your training. Okay, so the first one, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the balancing drill. What we normally do in class sometimes, okay. We're going to stand up tall, but before we even stand up tall, we're thinking about our head being aligned with this foot, or in a straight line to that foot. So if I start trying to balance and my head's in the centre of my body, and I balance, I'm going to fall. Okay, so you really need that head going straight down into that standing leg. And before we even lift the leg up, we're going to just get that head on top of that foot. And we're going to breathe deep. And then we're going to focus. So what they say sometimes is to focus on a spot in the wall, because that just helps you focus on one thing. And if it's that directly ahead, it keeps your head straight. If I look at a spot in the wall down the floor, then my balance automatically comes bad. Okay, so we're thinking, breathing deep, standing tall, and we're focusing on that one spot, dead at your own headlight height. And hold it for 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now we're going to stand on the other leg. So we practice our balancing, and then 3 walls, stand tall, breathe deep, and focus. Okay, if you did that, did you feel yourself wobbling? Okay, because I do all the time. When I stand on one leg, I notice that sometimes I'm having a bit of a wobble. And I'm feeling where I'm wobbling. So if I'm wobbling this way, obviously my head's come out off my shoulders a little bit. So I'm going to bring it back. So you're always counteracting that. Okay, so let's do for your first grading in our little dragons class, all you need to do is stand on one leg for 10 seconds. And other things, but the balancing drill is just that. Then when you go for your next grade, what we expect you to do, which we have a go at now, is stand on one leg, bring that knee up, and just kick it out like this for 10 seconds. 10, 9. So when you're moving, it's even harder because as I move my leg, my head starts to move as well. So it's really making sure your head stands nice and tall. 3, 2, 1, and then change legs. Bring that up. 10, 9, 8, 7, one wobbling there. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, very good. Excellent. So that's why I say do things slowly to start with. I know we all like to do things quick. If you do things nice and slowly, okay, you'll feel yourself wobbling. And Kung Fu, to get really good at Kung Fu, you've got to start to learn to feel what's going on in your body when you're moving backwards and forwards and things. Okay, so we're just going to look at doing some kicking, but we're going to do it nice and slow. Because I have a saying in the adults class. I say if you can't do it slow, you can't do it fast properly. Okay, I don't normally say properly, but you can't do it fast because when everybody can do things fast, but when you do things slow, you've got to get it right. Okay, so we're going to do 2 front kicks, hands up into Kung Fu stance, and we're going to do 1 front kick, nice and slow, and that gets you strength in your legs as well. Place it down in a good Kung Fu stance. Not like this, that's on a tight rope. Okay, so we've got good Kung Fu stance, then we're going to do the other leg, and kick out, and land it. Excellent. So you notice when you have your balancing, okay, your standing foot, if I show you my standing feet, on my feet, okay, let's point down to my feet. It should be out slightly, not forward. Okay, you can't really see very well, can you? Okay, so at the moment, if I stood still facing you, my feet are facing forward. When I balance on one leg, I'm going to turn my toes out a little bit, not too much, just a little bit, and that gives me a better flooring, if you like, to balance. Okay, so now we're going to look at the turning kick. With the turning kick, you automatically have to turn that foot anyway to kick, don't you? Okay. Now, when we're doing things slowly, I can still kick quite high sometimes. Okay, as I'm getting older, I can't kick quite so high. But when you're balancing, it's even harder because you haven't got the strength. You've got to work the strength in your legs and the flexibility first. Okay, so in this drill, we just work on balancing. So you just hold your leg up as slow as you can, and as high as you can, but it doesn't have to be that high. Okay, we'll do a turning kick, Kung Fu stance, or I'm not. Mind you, you guys probably aren't. I'm not very warmed up either today because we haven't done a good warm up, have we? Just working on balancing. So my kick will be very low. So as I bring it up, I'm turning on this foot, on the ball of the foot, and I'll bring the knee up, and turning round, but I'm still trying to keep that head up nice and tall. And I'm going to kick out. Now when I take my head back, I can feel myself going. Again, this is what happens a lot when we do kicking. So from here, hands up. So it's a good idea to get them 3 rules into your mind before we even do any Kung Fu. Okay, so you're thinking, stand tall, breathe deep, and focus, and then we move. So breathing tall, breathing deep now before we even do the kick. Trying to stand nice and tall, and kicking out, and then I'll place the leg down. Then we've got the other leg. 1, breathing deep, standing tall, and I'm focusing on the spot. 1, and down. Excellent. See how different it makes when you're standing tall. Okay. It's easier to kick fast if you're not quite standing tall, but it's still not so good. You're not so powerful. You can stand up nice and tall when you're kicking. You'll be a lot more powerful kicker and a better fighter as well. Okay. So let's look at a side kick, and then we'll do some balancing drills afterwards. Okay, so one leg in front. Bring your leg in, and then we have the side kick. We've got to turn this way now, and I'm going to bring that leg out to kick out. My bum tucked in, head up nice and tall. Then I'll bring it back and land it. Now we've got the other leg. Bring it up, turn, and kick out, and then bring it back. Excellent, good. So we're going to do that twice now. We should have the left leg forward. Ready, up, turn, and kick. Get back, land. Stand tall, up. See, no wobble, but I'm trying to watch the camera. It's my excuse. in, back, and down. Excellent, okay. So there's two sorts of kicking drills that I used to do a lot when I was younger. Just watching. Hello, Ruby-Ann, how are you? I'm just on my own at the moment, but I'm just doing little clips for people to give people tips and advice. That's what we do on Thursday. Okay, so the run exercise drill that I used to do, have my balance in, get my 3 walls in place, breathe deep, focus, settle. I'm going to do a front kick, and I'm going to change it back. Then I'm going to do a side kick, out, and then I'll bring it back, then I'll pivot, because when I wobble I've got to start breathing deep again, and then turn and kick, and then I'm going to place it in front. Okay, the more flexible you get, and the stronger you get in your legs, that's why we do horse riding stance, you'll be able to do it at a lot higher than what you're doing at the moment. Okay, so put your right leg in front, going up, so I'm thinking like them 3 walls, front kick, change it back, side kick, bring it back, pivot a little bit more, and then turn and kick, bring it back and land it. So that's one drill. I used to do that all the time when I was younger. And the other drill was a bit like machine gun kicking. You remember machine gun kicking? And to start with, what I used to do a lot of, I just grab a chair. Oh. Okay. I often say you can use instruments like chairs or windowsill, but don't lean on things. If I lean on this and it's not very good and I'm trying to kick and it falls, I'm going to fall over. And if I lean on it, that's not really standing tall, is it? Because my head's going over that way. So I've got to think about standing tall. So what I say is rest your hand on it. Just use it for support to start with. Okay? And remember, this is quite a good drill. If you've got a chair or something, you can point your toes towards that chair, and that's the way it should be when you're doing a kicking of the front leg. It opens up what we call the hips, okay, or the pelvis. Okay, so I'm going to bring that leg up, and this is good for strengthening the muscles as well. I bring the leg up, turn, look in that direction, I'm kicking, okay, and then I'm just going to kick out for 10 seconds, 10, hold my hand up, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, try and stand tall, 3, 2, 1, and then when you get really good at it, move the chair away, and bring the leg up, and hold it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yes. Do the other leg as well. Okay, these drills, guys, if you worked them and did these exercises, you would be brilliant. Okay, absolutely spot on. I hate your kicking and your balancing. Okay, because sometimes we do struggle with things, learning things correctly, but that's because we're not really practicing as much as we should do, are we? Hey, because we all want to be honest. Sometimes we don't practice enough as much as we'd like to. Okay, so put one hand resting on there, bring the leg up, and I'm just going to kick out. 10, still trying to stand tall, not leaning like this. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, and I'm going to take the chair away. You don't have to take the chair away until you feel confident that you can do it, or just do, without the chair, just do two kicks or 3. Okay, so you bring that leg up, stand nice and tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, excellent, well done. So, then there's some drills. Don't forget, it's a good idea to stretch to keep your legs nice and healthy. After you've done a bit of kicking, it's a good idea just to stretch your legs out. Have a bit of a stretch up here as well. You put stretching up, try to reach your ceiling. And down, and I'm just going to sink forward a little bit and try and touch the floor to get a bit more stretching going on. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I'm going to try the other way. Okay, when you're stretching, don't cheat. Okay, I'm going to try and touch the floor, but I don't want to bend my knees too much. They are off lock a little bit, not dead straight, but not bent, really bent, because that's not stretching my legs. So I'm just going to reach down, and I'm just going to go as low as I can. Okay, I'm not going to full sit yet, because I'm going downhill, and if you know what gravity is going to let me go down anyway, so I don't need a full sit at the moment. I'm just feeling the stretch on the back of my legs. So you can start to feel what's moving. And really important when you come up for this one is to bend the knees before you come up. Okay, so that's some balancing drills with my where I'm really trying to get you to think about my 3 rules all the time. Really important. When you get them into your head, stand tall, breathe deep and focus, other things come easier. Okay, definitely get into self-defense and even punching. I don't want to lean forward, do I? I want to stand up nice and tall when I'm punching. So they work in everything. And even if you're fed up and you've got to do homework and things like that, they're a good idea just to get that, because then you can focus, get it out of the way, and then you can go and have fun and enjoy yourself. So yes, well done guys. Thank you for, if you're watching, if you are watching this, okay, give us a bit of feedback, because I don't think people are watching them that much, okay, but if you did, you're going to get so good at Kung Fu. Excellent. Well done guys, see you soon, bye.